You know, as vengeful, soulless, mean-spirited, and downright creepy people go, that's really hard to beat these two lovebirds. But in our featured story today, last night, Jimmy Kimmel turned his attention to Mr. Miller and unearthed a tremendously humiliating bit of video that explains it all. Welcome to Occupy Democrats, and please hit that subscribe button. If you think Mike Johnson owes Eddie Rochester Anderson a big apology after his recent appearance on Katie Miller's podcast.
And so it turned out this elderly black couple in my district was the longest married. They'd been married 82 years. Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Player, his name, he was 104, and Mrs. Player was 99. And so, of course, we want to ask him marital advice. What's the secret to a happy marriage? So I lean in, and he says, "Lean in real close." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "It's two things." He said, "Let her think she's the boss." Yes, sir. "And buy her a new car every 3 years." I said, "All right."
Okay, boss. Well, here we go in our fabulous featured clip of the day. Last night, Jimmy Kimmel torched the shame of Santa Monica High School by unearthing a beautiful bit of video that reveals Prince Charming has actually been perfecting his black soul since Nelly first released Hot in Here. Well, it's coming up on the other side of this recent bit of evidence of his misspent youth.
House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy Stephen Miller joins us now. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us. So,
if you give me the floor for 30 seconds, let me tell you what we are doing here, Jake. The United States, this is sort of foundational. The United States is using its military to secure our interests unapologetically in our hemisphere. We're a superpower, and under President Trump, we are going to conduct ourselves as a superpower. It is absurd that we would allow a nation in our own backyard to become the supplier of resources to our adversaries, but not to us, to hoard weapons from our adversaries, to be able to be positioned as an asset against the United States rather than on behalf of the United States.
sovereign countries shouldn't be able to do what they want to do.
The Monroe Doctrine and the Trump Doctrine is all about securing the national interests of America. For years, we sent our soldiers to die in deserts in the Middle East to try to build them parliaments, to try to build them democracies, to try to give them more oil, to try to give them more resources. The future of the free world, Jake, depends on America being able to assert ourselves and our interests without apology. This whole period that happened after World War II, where the West began apologizing and groveling and begging
I don't even
and
know,
engaging these
honestly,
vast
what you're talking
reparation
about right
schemes.
now.
Well, what he's talking about is the same thing that he's been talking about since he was a wuss nerd boy, annoying his fellow classmates over there in the corner of Pico Boulevard and Ocean Avenue. Ergo, here's our fantastic Take a Deep Breath and Laugh video. It comes at the expense of the boy, voted most likely to suck the soul out of his country. Last night, Jimmy Kimmel pantsed Stephen Miller and totally took him to school.
Miller, by the way, grew up here. He went to Santa Monica High School. He actually got a copy of the high school yearbook the year Stephen Miller went. It's very interesting. We have some photos. He was voted most outspoken, which is, I think, a nice way of saying most punchable. That's him in the jacket. Here he is posing. That's a high school student, by the way. That's look at that hair. You know what? This might be a Lex Luthor type situation. Like, he went into a Taco Bell, he got splashed by a scalding hot Gordita Supreme and burned off his hair, and he declared war on Latinos for the rest of his life. Here's a weird Stephen traveling alone to the prom. Here he is boldly going where no virgin has gone before. You'd think a guy who dressed up in a Star Trek costume would have more tolerance for aliens, but I guess not. We even found some video from his high school days. Stephen Miller ran for class president in his high school, and this is a speech a child from a wealthy family actually gave his fellow students.
Every candidate that's ever been elected has failed to do one important thing. Actually make the year better. But I will. And here's how. I will say and I will do things that no one else in their right mind would say or do. Let me give you an example. Am I the only one who is sick and tired of being told to pick up my trash? We have plenty of janitors who are paid to move it forward. That's right. You're gonna get a whole year of that.
What a lovely young man, huh? Even for 2002, that was apparently too much. And so then when they tried to bring up the next speaker, all of a sudden it was okay to resist the authorities.
Next up, thank you, Stephen. Next up, Tina Von Hoffman.
This is crazy. He's like, we have 20
And they marched him straight to the White House, where he is now.
You know, if he went to high school where I went to high school, oh boy, we'd all be a lot better off today. Now, as to the rumors of romance between Katie Miller and Elon Musk,